morning. I'm Celia Kadravicius in a special edition of Win a Night with Sammy from one of the many rooms of his Beverly Hills mansion. He told us about his jaw operation this morning. He'll be able to shout desperately so the people in the outfield can listen to him better. He knows how hard it is to be in the outfield with hearing aids, not because he ever had to use them. He had relatives who did wear hearing aids around 8 years ago. We have to think, well, I can't stand up, not from this chair. This chair is too thick for me to fit on, and I can't stand up and say, "Thank you, Sammy, for doing all this for our baseball club." How are you feeling this morning after you saw yourself?
Very excited. Really outstanding to help my old baseball club. And thank you to all my
Let's
fans.
stop with the jingles all the way. I'm going to ask you a question now, Sammy. And now, Sammy will talk with us. Thank you for your patience with us, Sammy. When did your baseball career start?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to ask me another type of question. Because that question everybody knows that I felt this asymmetrical pain on the junction of my neck and my shoulder. So I said, Sammy, you can't stand here doing nothing. I couldn't stand the pain. And suddenly I grabbed my jaw and ripped it out of my face. That is how it started. And the operation is how it ended. But the operation itself, cats, is a whole other chapter.
Can you tell us about that chapter, Sammy?
Oh, sure. At that hospital, I had more fun than at Mount Sinai. They really understand my questions.
Good morning,
Answered them really comfortably.
Sammy, I'm Joseph Fisher, the paleontologist, and this is my assistant, Dick. We have to take some readings of your jaw now, and if you don't mind, I'll place this ruler next to it for the records. Okay. Okay, Dick. Now take a normal reading.
The nurse didn't want to come into my room.
You know, Mr. Davis, I will be obliged to add the extra fee for bad smell to your account. Good morning, Sammy.
My friend Donna arrived with a pack of new briefs that would make the nurse avoid the smell fee.
Joey told me that the ones you have on now are very brown and already used several times in the same afternoon and many more times in a year. So, let's see. Come on, Sammy, we're going to get you into some new anatomic briefs.
There was something strange happening between the nurse and Donna. The nurse went to the bathroom and left the door open so that we all could see how she took off her panties. I mean her old panties.
Burt Reynolds called for you from Tucson, Mr. Davis. He said he was taking care of an easy flux. Very just measured flux of diarrhea. My panties smell too.
I understand. Then there was a call from somebody who played a trumpet for me, and Frank Sinatra at the OMS, the Orlando Music Symposium. Oh, sponsored by Sewell. That was Sue Mary Pemberton, an unknown queen of the trumpet world. Well, that night we reserved 3 suites at the Omni in Orlando with her and Frank, and had a bottle of JB in each room of each of the 3 suites.
But before that, Sammy wanted to give special thanks to all the people concerned with the hospital that gave him this whole operation for free, and only for one bonus entrance to Win a Night with Sammy.
After that scene, we decided the operation couldn't wait any longer and took Sammy to the operating room.
and it's from the report of Dr. Toast, a personal friend of the family.
Okay, Sammy, are you ready?
Yippee!
Oh, I'm already embarrassed from before.
Sammy wasn't able to talk well because he already had several injections to calm him down.
Meanwhile, Joey, his nephew, came into the hospital, and we decided it would be a good idea to let Joey see Sammy before any other touch in his future jaw operation.
Yeah, you look great.
Joey was a nice guy. He brought Sammy some donuts, but Sammy wasn't really hungry. But he still ate one because he loved Joey a lot, and the only problem was Sammy didn't have a glass of water to drink. He had to shove the whole donut to the whole jaw and infected the thing, so he had to wait a day to continue. He started losing consciousness.
Joey, the honey dip will infect my throat.
Yes.
And I need a glass of water every once in a while. I need these kinds of things, Joey. You are my nephew. You ain't no strangers. No thanks. Thank you very much, sir, but no.
What's your uncle saying, Joey?
I don't know. He's making a stew of his memories.
Are you coming home for dinner tomorrow afternoon? Because I asked Sally to have a word with us, and I wanted you to come so that you can control the place. Put Sammy Jr. to bed for him to rest, for him to sleep a little bit, so we can all three kiss each other on the cheek and pray out loud for Sammy. Although we know we all could be very alright, Sammy would be more handsome than everybody knows that.
Yes, Donna. Please go home. Sammy is getting very nervous, and I wanted to have a word with him. Hey, but listen, after all this, we can go to the state of Missouri and have a vacation or something, you know?
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
But you know how much I love a donut, and I thought it would be a great idea for me to bring some, and everybody could have a bite or two, so that we all could be together in this.
It was really very kind of you, and really thank you so much for coming. The only problem was that all my bruises got infected quite a lot, and I don't know if I will be able to continue breathing.
Don't worry, Sammy. I'll be here with you until then. And for making the night a little easier, we'll sing a few tunes together, and we'll play poker with Frank.
Thank you very much for doing this to me. I'll try to sleep.
Night, Sammy.
Good morning,